Okay, so the game of Eternal Return is being flipped on its head. Rather than having you watch a 2-hour dev stream or read all 30 journals, here's a quick summary of everything talked about so far. And the biggest news that we definitely have a mixed reaction for in the community is they're removing solos and duos for the official release. I'm the last guy to run interference for Nimble Neuron, but as a game, it does kind of make sense for them to do this. They've wanted to focus on squads for a long time because they've struggled capturing a casual audience, and that's how they plan on doing so. And also, as a lot of you know, Eternal Return has also struggled with queue times. So their game plan is, instead of having 7 potential game modes you can queue, there are now 3, so you're pretty much funneling everyone that would have played solos, duos, and squads all into one game mode. Also, it's worth noting, the game has a really high learning curve, and in squads, it's a lot more accessible and easy to pick up than it is in solos. And although I agree this is really good for the new player base coming in, the devs acknowledge this is a bit of a kick in the nuts for the old players who just loved solos or loved duos. And as someone whose content is mostly solos oriented, I felt a little sad as well. On the bright side, something to look forward to with squads, they're adding 2 additional teams, so lobbies are going to have 24 people rather than just 18. But they did note it will be able to pop with less than 24 people. All right, let's look at something fun real quick, something to lift the mood. So there are 4 new characters announced, and there's going to be 6 new characters for the season. The first new character announced is Abigail, this big scythe lady. Next is Alonzo, who looks like he might be a throw character, which is right up my alley. Lenny, the bunny-themed girl with a bunch of guns. And then Tsubame, Eternal Return's first ninja character. The first 2 releases before them will be Debbie and Marie and Arda, which I talked about in my last update video. And if you want to look at these characters more, I'm going to link a ton of stuff in the description, so check that out. So everything in this game is changing. First, we got the map. Buildings are opening up, so buildings you previously couldn't go inside, you now can, and they're creating more pathways. And even some zones are getting split into 2. A great example is Dock. Dock will be split into Dock and Warehouse and looks something like this. Avenue and Pond are getting similar treatments, and yeah, they're also adding like a bounce pad or 2, which I'm interested to see how will go. Next up is Wild Animals, and they have different interactions and patterns. An example is if one of the 2 wolves die, the other howls and gets HP and attack speed, so it's more beneficial to clear both rather than just one at a time. There are also going to be adding hordes of animals, something alongside mutants to shake up the monotony that is farming. And then objectives are getting a shakeup as well. Tree of Life and Meteor have a progression check, so if someone knocks you off the objective halfway through, that progress stays. And Omega and Alpha will be getting a new burst attack, along with Wit getting a toxic explosion. This should add openings where you do more damage to the objectives, so it shakes up objective taking from just attack, attack, attack until it's dead to more of a tactical playstyle. And what do you know, they're changing characters as well. I'm not going to go over every single one since there are a lot. Again, dev journals would be linked below. But the gist is they're trying to make it more squads friendly. So some skill effects are going to be toned down, like Priya's ult, Alex's ult, and Jan's ring. And then other characters like Adriana are having their ground removed and their knockback from their ult removed. And their kit pretty much completely changed. They're trying to get rid of playstyles that are uninteractive, so most ground abilities are being taken away. And then some characters, kits that are strong in solos, but not so much squads, are getting reworked too. Like Kira can now attack and ult multiple people. Her ult resets on kills, and Jackie's E resets on kills, so she can jump enemy to enemy, which is pretty insane. Not all changes have been announced yet. There's still going to be a few more down the road, but I'll try to keep you guys updated. Wow, those are some big changes. What else can they change? Well, they're removing accessories completely. Routing will be a little bit easier for new players, but in replace of them, they'll be adding tactical skills. Tactical skills are kind of like summoner spells in League of Legends. Some do damage, some heal, and there's even a blink, which is reminiscent of Flash. There's a lot of negative feedback behind this when they originally announced it, but since solos is going away at the beginning of the release, I don't really see this as a big issue for squads. And then alongside all this, to level up the tactical skills, you're going to be using credits, which is a big theme. Credits are going to be a huge component of the game now. Next up is save plans. Originally, we had a selection that looks a little something like this, and now the UI looks something like this. Personally, I don't like this change, but I'm going to have to trust the devs in them saying it tested well with new players having less information on the screen. Okay, so let's take a break from the game updates for a bit, and let's look at the fun skins you can expect for Season 1. For the Season Pass, we're bringing back the beach theme. The pass is actually going to have 5 skins. In the past, it had 3. And what the devs said, they're really trying to add more value to the pass. Emma's getting a beach skin along with Hayes, Mai, and Luke, plus 2 random themed skins, which are going to be Princess Adina and Witch Chiara. Then there's a bunch of other skins, from the cutesy look to a badass Diablo demon hunter to more of a down bad approach. But I'll link all these again in the description if you want to go through them slower. So on the topic of monetization, they're adding loot boxes. Before everyone groans and moans, I have to say their monetization is probably too nice to begin with. I have every purchasable skin on my account, and I've spent less than $40 in total. So creating more ways players can spend money, I'm probably okay with. So let's talk marketing. I have a degree in marketing and have worked in the field for quite a bit, and it's something that I feel like I'm knowledgeable about. They talk about things like events, sponsoring creators and esports as ways they've liked to market, but they've really lacked a good trailer, something to put a good budget in a classic digital marketing campaign. And in the past, we've had media like this or like this, but now they've teamed up with a studio who I believe has worked on stuff like Epic 7, and now we have this trailer. That was just a snippet, but very cool, very cool. Okay, let's talk ranks for all you sweats out there. You can queue up with a pre-made and get in the same queue as solo queuers, but when you hit mithril rank or higher, you can only queue as a solo. You also now see how much LP you are down or up in real time during the game. So when you get a kill, you see funny number goes up, and so does your dopamine. Okay, I want to talk about some of my personal favorite features right now, and they're adding campfires. So your team can drop a campfire and cook with ingredients around the map to make some really good food, which kind of forces you to stop the high-paced gameplay and just gather around the campfire with your team. I really like things like battle zones and objectives that shake up the pace of the gameplay, and I think campfires will do something very similar. You'll still be able to craft food without them, but there will be benefits to using the campfire. Another great feature they're adding is now, instead of just waiting around for your queue to pop, there's going to be a lobby which you can wait in, which you can practice fighting combos, you can just spectate, or you can do anything you want to prep the game. But seeing everyone else in there running around on their favorite characters, I think is going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so this video's been going on for quite a bit, and I said it would be short and sweet, so I'm going to hit you with some rapid fire changes. Health and trap mastery are gone. Legendary equipment is now just converted to credits. Alongside tutorial updates, they're adding Dr. Nausea as a new player UI to help people mid-game. Victory poses are being added, very cool. Main menu UI is going to be different. The frame report has shown positive results for optimization, but they're going to report on this later. And last of all, they're creating an app, which is called ER Lab, which when it comes out, you can download it and you can get these rewards. Personally, I'm really excited for the Priya skin. And on that topic, you can go to the site now, this second, and you can claim all of these rewards with just a click of the button and you'll get them on official release. You can also type in this code right here for 1200 event NP, which can be used immediately. And in the meantime, you can also get skins like this Estelle skin through the online events they have and their web client. I really like this emote. And along with all of that, there are going to be 3 events leading into the launch. But that was a lot of info I just dumped on you. So if you have any questions on this stuff, feel free to use my comment section and I'll try my best to answer them, or just give me your general sentiment about the launch. I think for most people, this isn't the ideal perfect image of what they thought launch would be, but I do think there's plenty to be excited for. It feels like me and the rest of the community have been waiting 2 years for this, so I'm really gonna go all out and I'm gonna be putting out plenty of fun videos. So thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.